Yo, so guys, welcome back to the Britain Hit podcast. I'm here joined with Evan.
What's up, guys? We are back, and today we'll be discussing Andrew Tate, his return to combat sports, and he'll be taking on Chase Demoor, a guy who has significant less experience, but is an intriguing matchup, to say the least. December 20th, Misfits Mania, live in Dubai, we will see Andrew Tate versus Chase Demoor. And Ben, what are your thoughts on this?
Well, it's a weird one, really. It come out of nowhere. Tate being the new CEO of Misfits.
Right.
And I don't know, I think Chase is bitten off more than he can chew with this fight. I don't really see I don't see an escape for Chase in this bout. But yeah, it is a weird one. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. I think Tate should breeze past Chase with not much of a struggle. Of course, the experience of Tate compared to Demoor is very significant, and you have to look at that if you want to talk about this fight. And it will be a heavyweight, so the weights will be on. I think Chase has about 4 inches on Andrew Tate. 6'5" for Chase Demoor and 6'1" for Andrew Tate. But again, the experience will play a huge role. Chase has only about 7 fights, and Andrew actually has boxing matches. Like, he has about 7 himself, but he's a world champion kickboxer. And he's been training a lot more boxing as of late. So he's going to be bringing that world championship skill set to the ring. And yeah, it's not going to go well for Chase, in my opinion. How do you see this fight going, man?
Well, I see Tate absolutely knocking him out, because if you look at Tate's kickboxing record, I think he's got like 76 wins, 8 or 9 losses, when Chase Demoor's box record is 8-4. And I don't know, I don't see a way out. I think Chase, we saw Chase struggle in his last fight. I don't know if it was his last fight, but it was against that bold guy. I don't know what his name was.
I'm not entirely sure who that was.
I forgot what his name was, but he got dropped in the second round by him, and it's like that guy's nowhere near Tate's level. So that will obviously like have a key factor in the fight, saying like what he can do to Demoor. Imagine what Tate can do, and I just honestly don't see this fight going for more than 3 rounds.
Fair enough. Obviously, we have to say that styles make fights, but again, it's different because the experience, like Andrew Tate has so much more combat experience. He's going to have much better defense. He's going to have much repetition, just better everything. Andrew Tate will be significantly better than Chase Demoor. Every skill possible in that ring. Every skill possible. Yes, Chase will have the height and reach advantage. I don't know about reach, but definitely the height. He would be taller.
Well, yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I would assume he has the reach advantage.
If you're taller than him, I guess you have the reach if you're taller.
What?
I guess if you are taller than someone.
It's kind of calm down guard. Yeah, I don't know, like who has the longer arm reach, like who can hit when the other person can't hit.
Well, Tate doesn't have extremely long arms, if you've seen him.
Yeah, I would be willing to bet Chase has the longer reach for sure. But yeah, the height 6'5", 6'1", and yeah, I mean, Dubai Misfits Mania. This could be the start of something huge. I mean, what's gonna be next for either winner? Let's talk about that. We went into that on our Dylan Dennis KSI breakdown. Obviously, that might never happen.
No.
But again, it fell apart.
Yeah.
But let's get into that. It's a very fun topic to explore the possibilities of said winner. And yes, Andrew Tate seemingly will run right through Chase Demoor. But there's always a possibility. There's always a possibility. Everyone has a puncher's chance. So let's start off with Chase Demoor. What happens if Chase Demoor somehow gets the Hail Mary and defeats
Well, see, I don't know because Tate is he's a difficult fighter to face. But if you look at Demoor's like recent opponent, that's who it was, Alan Belcher. Oh no, it's not. He fought Alan Belcher. He absolutely destroyed Chase.
That was a UFC fighter, so
this
is Tate will be around the level of that individual, but I would say Tate is definitely more handsy for sure.
Yeah. If Demoor somehow wins, then that will be a miracle for him and his team, because ever since we saw, I think it's ever since the Minicon fight Chase had, we haven't seen much improvement, and we are waiting for the improvements for him, because every single time he throws a punch, his chin is higher than fucking him. His chin goes all the way up in the air when he's throwing punches.
Yeah, that's not good at all.
No. And it's like, we've seen him against Josh Bruckner when he looked drunk when he threw the flurry of punches in the corner.
That was really bad, and that showed his lack of experience.
Yeah.
And he was 2 years into boxing at that point, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
That's not good.
No.
Honestly.
Not at all. But
and this early of a step up in competition, I mean, I don't think it's a great idea, but he's been wanting these big fights. He wanted Tyson Fury. He wanted who was it? Deontay Wilder as well?
I'm pretty sure he wanted Ngannou.
Yeah, I think you're right. He wanted Ngannou. Yep.
But
obviously, none of those are a good idea at all.
Yeah, not at all. But like, see, I think this fight was a waste for Tate. I thought that there's other better names to put in with him. Without a doubt.
Well, not necessarily.
No, it depends.
If it's a start of something, like we'll get back to the point of like what's next for Chase. What's next for Chase if he wins? But you gotta look at it like this is the beginning of the return of Top G.
Yeah.
Like Andrew Tate's career as a whole is coming back together. Not only combat sports, in general.
Yeah.
It will flourish again like it did in 2022. It's the beginning of that. So after Chase Demoor once next, I think we should probably save that. And then say first what happens if Chase Demoor wins? Who would be next for him, and what difference does that make in the world of crossover boxing? What's Chase Demoor's standpoint if he defeats Andrew Tate, in your opinion?
Well, do you think if Chase wins, then he could get a big money fight with such as Tommy Fury, Darren Till, names like that? If he beats Andrew Tate, like, they're definitely up there.
Yes, for sure, 110%. I think those both fights are on the table, but it's like heavyweight, so that's interesting thing. And a good shout would be Alexander Gustafsson.
Yeah.
Light heavyweight UFC fighter that took John Jones to the limit and arguably defeated John Jones. Of course, John Jones' hand was raised on that night, but that was probably the most competitive fight
He looks like Jake Paul.
Jones has ever been a part of. Dominic Reyes, Thiago Santos, whatever. But
he looks like Jake Paul.
Gustafsson gave Jones everything he could have, and Gustafsson's a heavyweight now, and it seems as Gustafsson has signed with Misfits, so I'm saying if Chase Demoor beats Andrew Tate, Chase Demoor versus Alexander Gustafsson. What about you?
But yeah, but it's not only like him. There's a lot more names from the UFC, because we've seen John Jones potentially retired. Like he could come back if there's a big name, and I think Chase Demoor, if he beats Andrew Tate, maybe one day that could have him with a few more fights, a bit more experience under Chase. But I don't know. I think
you think who?
John Jones, maybe one day.
No way.
No, maybe in a few. Like I said, if he gets a bit more experience under him.
Not even then. I don't see a John Jones Chase Demoor fight ever happening. I think it's like this one's happening, and it's like Chase should be happy and grateful.
Yeah, of course. But
for
like,
someone with his boxing ability, it's like, how are you getting these big fights? And of course, yeah, you're a remotely decent public figure, decent big name, so that's what it is. But
he's
I would say like Andre Arlovsky, which he is scheduled to fight on the next Misfits event, which we will get into on the podcast. But
yeah,
I see what you mean, though. I see what you mean.
But it could be
the
anyone.
sky could be the limit if he beats Andrew Tate, because Andrew Tate's very popular.
Yeah.
So I see what you mean.
It could be anyone though, because it's like we've seen Derek Chisora's having his last fight. It would have been against Dillian White next month, but I'm sure if the money's right, Derek Chisora wouldn't mind coming down the Misfits. Like there's been talks of that before, and if Derek Chisora wants to get on against Chase Demoor, then I don't see why not. But it's the same with a lot of the heavyweight fighters. Like there's still unfinished business with Tempo Arts, with Chase Demoor. I still feel it's gotta be because Tempo Arts said that he wants the winner of this fight.
Didn't he return remotely recently?
Yeah, he was in a Survivor tag, if I'm right, which he won.
Yeah. So I would say Tempo Arts, Chase Demoor is the fight. Honestly, if it depends what Chase wants. So if he is victorious against Tate, would he want to fight the fight, which is Tempo Arts?
Yeah.
And prove himself as the best crossover heavyweight there is.
Yeah.
Especially the more of our scene, which is like YouTube boxing. I guess it's just everything, not crossover boxing, anything. Andrew Tate stepping in the ring with a YouTuber, influencer. This is what it is now.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool to see, I'm not going to lie.
But
so, moving on to Andrew Tate. If Cobra Tate is victorious, which a lot of people, including myself, sees happening, what is next for Andrew Tate? And this is the fun one. This is the fun one because there's so many possibilities, there's so many intriguing, fun matchups, big money fights, box office, blockbuster fights that could happen. So, give me a name for Andrew Tate.
Well,
if he's Chase Demoor.
There's only one. And there is only one. And he's the former UFC guy, Darren Till. And it's got to be the only guy who deserves to be in the ring with Andrew Tate because Till's only been here since January and he's obviously solidified his position in the heavyweight division by being the first guy to knock out Anthony Taylor. And he looks good. Like you can't even doubt it.
He's destroyed everybody.
Yeah.
He's destroyed everybody with the only guy that actually gave him a proper fight was Darren Story, and that's probably the guy that shouldn't have. Like on paper, like we would think, maybe Anthony Taylor or Luke Rockhold would give Till a better fight. That's not what happened. Darren Stewart gave Darren Till a proper fight, good fight.
Yeah.
Didn't he drop him?
What?
Did Darren Till get knocked down by Darren Stewart?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so either. But I think he got rocked at the very least. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think he got rocked.
Yes, I would agree that's the fight to make. And for me, that is the fight to make. Andrew Tate, Darren Till.
Yeah.
Do you have any more stuff you'd like to say about this fight, Andrew Tate, Chase Demoor?
Well, I do feel like if Chase does win, then potentially could we see Andrew's brother get in the ring and try and avenge his loss? Like Tristan versus Chase. Like it's possibilities. But it's also like if Tate wins, could he face off against the former CEO in KSI?
Yeah, there's a lot of storyline with that, which literally we've seen how Misfits is. It's very WWE-like.
Yeah.
And literally the whole thing with is KSI just silent about this entire ordeal?
Yeah, but that
has he posted anything?
No.
Instagram, Twitter.
But that's
a
like
YouTube Reddit post.
Not at all, but that is what makes you wonder if behind the scenes, if that's what's maybe the contract's already been negotiating and they're doing a time, like getting the right date, the right weight. And I don't see this, I don't see KSI Tate happening as Tate's heavyweight. And I don't, because unless Tate wants to go down to 195 and JJ's got to go up to 193, 194. But
that's a fight that's who knows, but like KSI is probably been training super hard and super quiet. He might be just the unit right now. We don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I don't really watch his YouTube videos a whole lot anymore, so I don't know what his physique's looking like in those videos. So if you could potentially see a difference, like, he is,
but
he's got more mass. He's bigger, more buff.
He definitely looks a bit heavier than when he was in camp against Dylan.
Then maybe that's a possibility. KSI is getting heavier, bulking up to face Tate at heavyweight.
But
maybe, obviously, this isn't going to happen, but maybe KSI versus Jake Paul someday, but it's just not going to happen.
Yeah, but I saw somewhere Mams said KSI was 193 close to August. So you never know. This fight could have been brewing. Like, you don't know when KSI could have been relinquished from his CEO. Like, he could have been relinquished just after the Dylan Dallas fight, but they just didn't want to break it out until it was the right time for Tate to get back in the ring. Like, most likely Tate's this fight. Sorry.
So with what it happened? No, you're good. No worries. But with that happening, it just seems so storyline, like, so. You're not a storyline, but like, it seems like storyline. That's exactly what it is. They are setting it up to be bigger. They're pushing that narrative that Andrew Tate took KSI's company.
Yeah. 100%.
After KSI called them out years ago.
Yeah.
And now Tate defeats Chase, KSI storms the ring, and we see a face-off. Which that would be something. If KSI, Andrew Tate's the son of a chess master. If KSI could, actually lose his company to Andrew Tate's the CEO now. KSI is not. If KSI can go in that ring and knock out, or at the very least defeat Tate by a decision, that's chess. And Tate playing checkers. It just really is.
Yeah. But
it is. I mean, because yes, Misfits boxing is very it holds a lot of weight. It's valuable.
Yeah.
For sure, but in a combat sports scene, it's the fights that matter. Of course. 100%. So if KSI goes in there and beats Andrew Tate, that is chess. Tate play checkers. That's what it would be. So
final predictions.
See what happens with that.
Final predictions for Tate versus Demoor.
I would say a weird round 1, and then round 2, Tate starts to hurt him.
Yeah.
Tate starts to hurt him. Round 3, I think he gets him out of there. I don't know how many rounds. I would assume 6 or 8.
Yeah.
But I see Andrew Tate by a third round stoppage. I don't think it's gonna be a knockout. He'll wear him out. Like, he won't be knocked out cold, but he's gonna wear him out, and then referee's gonna call it. That's what it's like. Or he can't answer the 10 count. I don't see Chase being knocked out cold.
But like we've seen in previous fights, Chase doesn't have the best cardio, and if Tate can deliver body shots like he did on his opponents back in kickboxing, I think he would take all the gas out of Chase and potentially even finish it in round 2, maybe even round 1.
Point.
But I see Tate winning the fight inside 3 rounds.
Me too. I see Andrew Tate defeating Chase Demoor inside 3. Moving on, brother.
Well, obviously, on this card, only the main event's been announced, but we are going to have a look at potential undercard fights. And there has been speculation about a few people that could be on here. Gib.
Right.
I've heard Deji maybe. I've heard Dean the Great. Jarvis.
Yeah, multiple different possibilities. Let's talk about the matchups, because we only have this fight. We only have Tate versus Chase.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this. Let's talk about the potential undercard and a fight I'd like to throw out there, which is a community friendly, fan friendly matchup, which is Tony Elkukui Ferguson versus Anisan Gib.
Ooh.
Of course, Gib is the Misfits middleweight champion, and Tony Ferguson is the Misfits interim middleweight champion. He defeated Saul Poppy in a controversial stoppage.
Yeah.
So
way too early.
I think this could be very, very possible. Gib versus Tony. What are your thoughts on that as a potential matchup?
Well, I think Gib has proven his worth in this sport, and I think Gib has potential to be one of the best in the community of crossover boxing. And we saw Salt. Yeah. At the start of the Salt Pappy Tony Ferguson fight, we saw Pappy was giving Tony problems early on. But the thing is with Gib never slows down. His cardio is always up there. He never slows down. He's always on you like a predator on his prey. And I honestly, if that fight does happen, I don't see Tony Ferguson with any glimpse of a win.
So you think Gib's winning?
1,000,000%. I will put my mortgage on it.
Alrighty, I agree with that. I completely spaced off, so that's what that was. you were saying I just spaced. I know what you said though. I don't know. My apologies, guys. But yes, I agree. I see Anisan Gib defeating Tony Ferguson, and I would say comfortably.
Yeah, 1,000,000%.
Comfortably. I know Saul Poppy has serious skills, and of course Gib has serious skills, but in a boxing standpoint, I don't think Gib's going to be getting cracked with the shots that Saul Poppy's getting cracked with.
Yeah.
I just think the styles make fights, and Saul Poppy had the style to beat Tony Ferguson. It's just what happened. I think Gib and Saul both beat Tony. Of course, that's not what happened. Tony defeated Saul, but I think Gib will defeat Tony Ferguson for sure.
Yeah.
Now, what's a matchup you'd like to see on
well,
Undercard?
We've seen on Misfits Instagram they've been putting up posts such as Jarvis is ready. What is next for Anisan Gib? What's next for Deji? We've seen videos of saying on the Misfits YouTube saying potential opponents for Deji, and there's a name that rings to me, and it's not just because the Misfits YouTube channel has posted it. Deji's been talking about his return and saying he's in training and saying he's motivated again.
Nice.
There's only one name.
We'll see how that lasts.
We'll see, but there is only one name that I can possibly see happen. Deji versus Joey Essex. And
Joey Essex, yeah, I don't know a lot about that guy. I know he had a fight and he won.
He looked good. He looked good. He's a reality TV star.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with him whatsoever, but
if I'm right,
Deji beats him.
Yeah, Deji destroys him. He clowns him. Inside too. But it also comes down to dedication. Who wants it more? And if we looked in the fight with Joey Essex, we saw that he wanted it more. And because that fight was supposed to happen on the Qatar card last year.
Yeah.
And I honestly think, looking at Deji, looking at Joey Essex, if that fight was to happen on the Qatar card, Joey Essex would have won. But we've seen Deji back in July. He's been training, getting back into shape, and it does look like Deji could be heading for a Misfits return sooner than we thought.
Nice. Hell yeah. So, I would say Deji wins that. Gets motivated, stays motivated. I think Deji's just better than this guy overall.
Yeah.
And of course, Deji's very. Nobody doesn't love Deji. Come on,
He's a lovable guy.
He is, yes. Deji's entertaining. He's funny. Good boxing skills.
Some would say.
He not cool what you're about to say, but he's an awesome guy. And yeah, God bless Deji. But we'll do let me think of one. So
see.
Yeah. So Darren Till is not on this event. What's a fight that could?
That is a big one.
I don't know if Darren Till would necessarily fight on a Tate co-main event because
how much of a big name he is.
There's a fight that could possibly happen. So it's like.
But then again,
I think we need a Misfits return, a fighter on Misfits that hasn't fought in a good amount of time, and I say Slim or
Dean. Dean's perfect, yeah.
Slim has fought in Dubai actually before for a separate promotion.
Was that Social Knockout?
TK Fight Night, yeah. Social Knockout.
Who did he fight?
He defeated if I spin this fidget spinner on my nose for 5 seconds, you guys had to smash like button.
NNA Productions.
Don't call Elmo at 4 in the morning. Gone wrong. Bikini Bottom is real. Yeah, he knocked out NNA Productions. And I don't even know what kind of matchup that was. What were we doing there? Like.
Yeah, but that was back when Slim was trying to get wins.
And then he beat 3 Biden. Nice. Advent on 3 Biden's just funny. And he dropped him, and then that was the start of Slim's reign, his undefeated streak. He beat Saul Poppy, and he still was undefeated. The only man that could defeat him, we were talking about earlier, that's Andy Gibb. Yeah. And he hasn't fought since then, so I say we get Slim back in the ring on Misfits where he belongs, and the biggest stage possible for crossover boxing, if not most valuable promotions. Because obviously MVP and Misfits are the bases of crossover boxing, without a doubt.
Yeah.
And sometimes you could argue which one's better. Maybe MVP is doing a little bit better because they've signed a lot more professional boxers. Look at their women's division.
Yeah.
Then again, Misfits Boxing just signed H2O Silk, which is a former MVP signee. So it's pretty interesting. And Alexander Gustafsson, former UFC fighter. So yeah, very interesting stuff. But yeah, I would like to see Slim, the Hitman Albert, back in the ring for the fight before Christmas, December 20th in Dubai. What's a fighter you want to see?
Well, going back to what I was saying, is Jarvis, and there is one name, which obviously unfinished business from the Qatar card. He broke his ankle in the ring. Ben Williams. And
nice.
I think that fight is next, and it's got to happen.
Nice.
Potentially co-main, the one just before co-main.
Fair enough.
But this is the perfect time to do it. Ben Williams has been back in training. Jarvis has been training like a madman with the Mayweathers. But yeah, that would be a perfect fight to see, and I think Jarvis gets it done again.
Nice. So with that fight, yes, Ben Williams has serious skills. Jarvis has serious skills. I would say, without a doubt, Jarvis is the more polished fighter.
Yeah.
More well-rounded boxer, and that's what played a difference in their fight. Ben Williams is a very offense-heavy guy, and he's got good power. He's shown it. And yeah, he's an Irishman, you know. So, and we know how good they do in fighting, combat sports, you know.
Conor McGregor.
People.
Your little Phil, yeah.
Yeah, Conor McGregor.
Your little Phil.
Good amount. Paul Hughes, Churchill. Yeah. So he's a fine Irishman, and yeah. But if they locked horns again, I would see Jarvis defeated him by a comfortable decision.
Yep.
Maybe not comfortable decision, but I wouldn't quite say split decision. I think Jarvis gets it done for sure, by decision.
Yeah, but if you look back on the first fight, Ben Williams was destroying him in the first two.
Fair enough.
But he gassed himself out. But,
ladies and gentlemen, December 20th, Misfits Mania in Dubai. Not sure what venue it is. Do you know what venue it is? Just not announce that. I'm not entirely sure, but
no,
ladies and gentlemen, it has been the. What was it then?
I'm guessing it's gonna be the Coca-Cola Arena.
I would say not because of the simple fact that Social Knockout was there, and obviously,
but also Deji versus
crossover boxing promotions.
Yeah, but also Deji versus Mayweather was there, and Tate was at the arena, so.
Yeah, but you do have a good point, and yeah, that might. And Coca-Cola Arena is probably one of the best venues in Dubai to put that event in. So, yeah, Misfits Mania, December 20th. This was the return of the Brand the Hit.
It was.
This is our second breakdown. Many more to come, and yes, we will be officially returning to a podcast episode. So, yeah, stay tuned. We appreciate the support.
Yep.
And, yeah, drop a like. Let us know what you guys think of this in the comments below.
Press that little bell.
A little bit longer than we intended, but everything we wanted to talk about, we talked about.
Yep.
So, yeah. Any closing remarks, Ben?
Obviously, like, subscribe, press that little bell to get notified when we make a new video. This is one of many. Me and Evan are looking to do 2-3 a month. 2-3, yeah.
Yep.
But obviously,
be on the lookout for a potential watch party of the next Misfits event, which is Misfits Duel, which is
this Sunday.
Next weekend.
This
Sunday. Okay, there you go. Yeah. So, yeah. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next one.
Before we end, just drop our socials.
It's a good point. Yeah.
Ben Waterman 76.
It's been a while, guys. It's been a good amount of time, like 8-9 months. So.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Rusty, but yes.
So
you can start off.
Ben Waterman 76 Instagram. Drop your Instagram, man.
Combat Castle on Instagram. I'm also on TikTok and YouTube.
Yep.
Where I primarily focus on videos right now. And Ben, he will be posting more altogether. Am I right?
You're 100% right.
Right,
go on to my YouTube channel, Ben Waterman. I will be posting basically just watching boxing matches, like live streams, recaps, and just reactions of fights.
Yeah, be on the lookout for Brand the Hit shorts. We're going to be posting short videos on the variety of social medias and putting out clips that some people might not see. And yeah, getting Brand the Hit out there more and grow the community more. And yeah,
follow us on X. The Brit and the Hit on X.
right, guys. Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you, and we'll see you on the next one.